Hi, it's Maria. Happy Monday and welcome to the Dressing Gown Diaries. So, I've my mug of coffee here today, as I often do, but I want to share a story because it's just very interesting about how, I suppose what it boils down to is what you resist persists, and sometimes how you clear something is in a completely different way. Anyway, let me explain. So, this is the first ever Monday video I've made, and I have 100 newsletters almost at this stage, so 100 weeks, so nearly 2 years. Today is the first morning I sit here having eaten my breakfast because I have this, or had this habit that I try to tackle many times. And the habit is literally I would jump out of bed, put on the kettle, make a large pot of coffee, settle into my day, drink coffee for about 4 hours, and then when I'd start to wind down, I'd start to get hungry and be hungry well into the evening then. But it's just been a really, really unhealthy habit. And I've tried to fight it, straight on by, doing what you know is the right thing, as in, forcing yourself to have a substitute like the hot water and the lemon, or, the matcha tea or whatever. And none of it worked. But what's actually happened for me in the last 2 weeks, and it's been so transformative and it's just such an eye opener, and I was only really getting it as I was eating my breakfast this morning. Exactly 2 weeks ago today, I started a meditation course, and it was for 3 evenings, and it was absolutely fabulous. It was, in fact, my own birthday present to myself, and I highly recommend it. And I'll put the link below for you so you can check it out afterwards yourselves. But what started to happen was, because it was suggested to us that we meditate first thing in the morning, and that we needed a bit of movement before we meditated. So instead of now getting out of bed and immediately hitting the kettle and making the coffee, I get out of bed, I put the music on in the kitchen, I dance for at least 3 minutes, so I'm already getting exercise in. And then I come down and I sit down and I meditate. And then what happens is, by the end of the time I've meditated, I actually start to feel hungry. So where the coffee would have actually covered up my natural hunger, I get hungry, I go up, put the kettle on, make the coffee. But what's happening is I'm not drinking a whole pot of coffee anymore. And I'm actually eating my breakfast. And it just feels so amazing. And I suppose the thing that dawns on me this morning, just thinking about this whole process, is like, it's often when you take on to do something else and you're not deliberately fighting against, like me fighting against drinking all the coffee. It's when you take on something else and not necessarily realizing what the impact is going to be, that those subtler things, because I wasn't focusing on not having coffee, I was focusing on meditating. And it goes back to the whole Mother Teresa piece I'm always talking about. Don't ask me to an anti-war rally, invite me to a peace gathering. And it's just that, it's just so subtle. It's like, so don't focus on not having coffee, just focus on doing your meditation, and the whole thing actually changed just by itself. The other really interesting thing coming out of the meditation, it's been bringing a lot of stuff is bubbling up. It's the first time that I've actually felt like meditating with the mantra. I did try way back 16 years ago, and I couldn't sit still for long enough. But now it's just like, I love it. It feels like it's something I've done forever, and I'm only 2 weeks in, but I really look forward to getting up to meditate every day. The other really interesting thing that's come up is that it's just made me realize that when we went into lockdown, I went into being strong, which is my natural pattern. It's how I feel accepted in the world, is being strong. And yeah, so within a couple of days of starting the meditation, I just started to get so exhausted. So literally, this is my last gig now that's official, because 321 Focus Together has ended for now, and I'm going to reschedule the date for 321 to start on the 11th of June. So I'm giving myself a month now to get organised again. There is a 321 up there for free if anybody wants to start and do it themselves. I'll have that link below here as well for you. You can start anytime you want, and all the information is up there. And it's one of those things actually that does help you to create new habits. But I am just going to take some space for myself now, because you know what? I don't have to be strong. And as a friend said to me at one stage, you know, you're only responsible for yourself and your children under 18. And as he said to me, how many of those have you got now? And I was going, no, my kids are all over 18. And they're still all over 18. So I'm really only responsible for myself. I've done my strong bit, and I've really enjoyed doing that. And but now I'm just going to take some time for me. So if you've also been, you know, in your normal pattern in the world of whatever that is, however you normally react when there's a crisis, is it time for you also to re-examine that and maybe try something a bit different? So look, I'm gonna pick a card before I go any further, but I will be back next Monday because I'm having a few days off and I'll be back next Monday. I haven't missed one of this. Haha, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? And that was a question I remember asking myself in a poem back in 1994. Why am I here? What is my purpose? How can I be of service? And I love this. Be yourself, that's enough. So, you know, when we show up as our real selves, that's all that's asked of us. And isn't that exactly where I need to go in myself? And maybe that's where you need to think about as well. Who is your real self? And how can you show up as that person in this world? So look, they're my ramblings for today because I just feel like the adrenaline has come out and I am tired and looking forward to a big rest. So look, have a fabulous week and I look forward to seeing you in another video again soon. Take care. Bye.